Perfect.
All right, guys, today I want to talk about this 300-foot fiberglass tape measure from Komelon. Now, I want to point out that this is fiberglass or fiber reel and not made of steel. I know that's important to some people. The tape itself is a 1/2 inch wide. It comes with a ground stake. Now, you can tell by the fading on this box that I've had this one for a long time. I think I've had it for about 11 or 12 years. You know, it's not something you need every day unless you do construction or layout for construction. But for a typical homeowner, it's just a once in a while sort of need. So here's the box. Same on all sides. And then we got the back. And here they list their 3 highlights. Double-coated fiberglass tape will not rot, corrode, or distort. You can see it's got a core with 2 layers of coating. The fiberglass can withstand the highest tensile strength, and it has shock-absorbing rubber bumpers on each end. So we'll see those when we take it out of the box. So let's get it out. So this is model number 6633, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You got the plastic case that the tape is wound around. It's got this handle for winding it up, and then it has these rubber bumpers on each end. So if you accidentally drop it, this is more plastic than rubber, but these ends are rubber. It's built pretty well. A buddy of mine bought a 100-foot one and asked me why I would need 300 feet until he went to measure his property line and had to borrow mine because 100 feet wasn't enough for him. It comes with this stake that you put in the ground where you're starting to measure, so then you have something to pull the tape out against. On the end, you can see it's nice and flexible, so it's not going to kink. It's very nice. On this end, you can pull this tab out, and it'd be like using just a regular tape measure like this one. This is also from Komelon, but similar to this style. This just pulls out, and if you measure, you can see from the tip, it's almost dead on, exactly the same. 5-inch mark, 6-inch mark. If you look at those and line up the ends, you know, it's pretty accurate. Obviously, you're probably not using this to measure 5 inches, but you could if you needed to. And so this would latch onto maybe a piece of the edge of some concrete or something if you're measuring a driveway or whatnot. But if you need the stake, if you just want to put this in at your property marker, I always forget how to do this. Stick this end on top of the stake and then fold this down and it latches on, and then you pull this out. So easy enough, pretty self-explanatory. Let's go stick it in my yard and measure the length of my property. All right, so this fence is about the back of my property. It's in the back of my backyard. I don't know exactly where the property marker is, but just getting a rough idea of what my depth of my plot is. Alright, I got it pulled nice and tight all the way down here to the curb, and I'm at 110 63 feet, inch and a half. Beautiful. That was really easy. All right, right here, you can see it's got this nice guide in here, and it rotates, it spins, so it helps it wind up real easy. Perfect. Now I've got a pretty small house, so the front of my house isn't that big, but when I was putting in the edges for my flower bed here, I didn't have a tape measure long enough, so this came in handy. It's about 35 feet. I just needed to be able to estimate how many pavers I needed to do the edge. So just one way you could use it. If your house is bigger than mine, which it probably is, then this would be more than handy, because my biggest tape measure is 25, and I think 35 is the biggest standard size that you can get without going up to a real tape measure like this. All right, the last thing to cover is the storage for this stake. When you take it out, make sure you clean it off. Now it snaps into this hole on either side. There's one. And it snaps in nice and easy, but it doesn't come out as easy. It feels like you're gonna break it, but it will come out. It's gotta be forceful with it, I guess. So that's a nice place to keep it. It's nice to keep it together when you hang it up, wherever you hang it up, in your work van, in your garage, whatever. So, as I mentioned, it's not something you have to have, but it can come in handy when you do need it. I have so many tools that you just never know when you're going to need them, and it's so nice to have them when you do need them. So, if you're in the market for an extra long tape measure, I recommend this one. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to go down and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope this helped you make a decision. Thanks for watching.